Hello and welcome to this review of the remake of the 1951 sci-fi classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still. As always, I am your host, Captain Jackhammer, and I thank you for joining me. So in recent years, Hollywood has decided to take classic sci-fi / horror films and give them an updated makeover. These have produced dismal results, and in some ways tainted the original. So I decided to review one that I just recently watched. Although not as bad as some, it is definitely in the category of bad. While Robert Wise's sci-fi classic The Day the Earth Stood Still was a simple story of deep ideas, the remake is an overblown, puny-minded tale featuring extraterrestrials too stupid or too lazy to do a background check on the species that they have condemned. The new dumbed-down version of The Day the Earth Stood Still predictably updates the nuclear warning of the original to a caution about the rapacious treatment of the planet itself. Keanu Reeves plays Klaatu, and he shows up proclaiming he represents a coalition of civilizations that are friends of the planet Earth. And woe to us if we don't start treating their buddy a little bit more nicely. Klaatu then makes the most half-hearted, take-me-to-your-leader speech imaginable. When he's told the United Nations has better things to do than to listen to the complaints of a busybody spaceman, he shrugs and settles on Plan B. Save patient Earth by eliminating the infection. Naturally, spending a few hours with some nice humans, Jennifer Connelly as an astrobiologist, and Jaden Smith as her stepson, makes Klaatu realize our race has some good points too. Klaatu obtusely mutters, "There's another side to you. I feel it now." So let's see. These aliens have been visiting Earth for ages. They've had spies living among us, and when they land, they go through the elaborate process of transforming their own species into humans. But after all that, they don't sense anything worth saving in us until they hear a bit of Bach's Goldberg's Variations and see a mom hug her kid. The short-sightedness of Klaatu and his kind is just cheap, shallow storytelling by director Scott Derrickson and screenwriter David Scapera, so they can unleash the visual effects hounds and show devastation wrought on the planet courtesy of computer-generated imagery. John Cleese has a small but satisfying part as a scientific genius, though the fact that his character won the Nobel Prize for research into biological altruism will draw barks of laughter. Kathy Bates is horribly miscast as the U.S. Defense Secretary. Here's an actress that should never be called upon to state ponderously, "I still answer to the president." Unlike Wise's film, there's no thoughtful message here, no insight as to our place in the universe. The remake even befouls the original iconic images of Gort, Klaatu's robot pal. Now he stands 28 feet tall, 4 times the size of Wise's metal guy. And while the filmmakers maintain key elements of his design, he's lost his menace, coming off as a sleek cartoon giant vaguely resembling the Academy Award statue tarnished in black. The 1951 original offered a warm, wry, compassionate performance from Michael Rene as Klaatu, an alien arguably more human and more humane than any of Earth's inhabitants. In contrast, the stiff and stony Reeves scores a new high on his own personal Zen meter, coming across as so aloof and lifeless that he might as well have been playing Gort. So the remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still gets a dismal 4 out of 10, and I highly recommend renting the original 1951 version. You're sure to enjoy it. If I may take some time to bloviate here, Hollywood needs to stop trying to remake classic sci-fi movies. These movies are classics for a reason, because when they were made, they were trying to convey a profound message of the time. And sci-fi was the best medium to tell these stories, as it was impossible to tell these stories in a contemporary way at the time. So writers and directors had to use sci-fi to tell them. But now, in the age of 24-hour instant news and the internet, that atmosphere doesn't exist anymore. So these new films are just a way to show off grand special effects, with the story just being an afterthought. And Keanu Reeves, please stop playing roles where you're trying to save the world. It's old, and no one ever believed it anyways. Go back to movies like The Lake House, or A Walk in the Clouds, or even a Bill and Ted reunion movie. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Jackhammer, and I will see you next time.